Chocolate mousse is one of my favorite desserts. It's elegant, it's luscious, it's simple. It's only 4 ingredients. You'll impress all of your friends with this easy dessert. Let me show you how to make it. So, for this delicious and simple chocolate mousse, you're going to need 3.5 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 3 large room temperature eggs, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, and a pinch of salt. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is melt my semi-sweet chocolate chips. So there's 3.5 ounces in here. And what I do to weigh this is I just put it on my handy dandy scale. And if you don't have a kitchen scale, what you can also do is buy one of those 4-ounce bars of chocolate, and each square is usually half an ounce. So you can use 7 of those 8 chocolate squares, and that's going to give you 3.5 ounces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this in the microwave. We're going to do 30-second intervals. Any more than that and our chocolate could get scorched. So 30-second intervals, and we're just going to keep doing this and stir it until our chocolate is completely smooth. Okay, so my chocolate's melted. What I ended up doing was putting it in there for 2 30-second intervals, and then when it was mostly melted, I just put it in there for another 20 seconds just to finish the job, and now it's all smooth and wonderful. And I could eat it just like this, but then I won't have any mousse tonight, so I'm not going to do that. So the next thing I'm going to do for my mousse is I'm going to separate my eggs into yolks and whites. This is really easy, and you're going to want to make sure that these are room temperature because they just blend into the mousse a lot easier. So pretty easy. Just use that shell of the egg to help separate it. Beautiful. And you're gonna want these to be room temperature. What I did is I put them in a bowl of nice and warm tap water, and I put them there for an hour, and that really helps it come to room temperature a little bit more quickly. You can also leave it out on the counter for a couple hours. I just usually like to save time when I can when I'm cooking. Okay, last egg. So my eggs are separated into my yolks and my whites. My whites over here, we're going to beat those. Right now we're going to work on our yolks. We're just going to put in 1 yolk at a time. This is hot chocolate, so we're going to do it kind of fast. We're just going to whisk that in there. Okay, we're going to do it for the next one. Okay, last one. Okay, so now all 3 of my yolks were whisked in here. It's nice and smooth. The next thing we're going to work on is our whipping our whites. So I'm going to throw this in my stand mixer. Now a couple notes on whipping egg whites. They can be kind of difficult if you don't know what to do. So you want to make sure that you start off with a nice, clean, dry bowl. If it's not dry, if there's anything in there, a little bit of water, a little bit of anything, it's going to mess up your whites. So make sure that it's clean and dry. Okay, I've got my eggs, I've got my salt. We're just going to add a pinch of this to our whites. It's going to help the eggs break up a little bit easier. It's going to make them easier to beat. So now we're going to start it on low. Turn it up just a little bit. We're going to keep it on medium. So, as I did my best to show you guys, my egg whites are completely nice and beaten, and they're going to hold medium firm peaks right now, which is so exciting. The next thing we're going to do is just mix this and this together. We're going to be done. So I'm going to transfer my chocolate to a bigger bowl, make it easier to whisk. God, it looks so good. So the next thing I'm going to do is just grab 1/4 of my whites. About 1/4. Then we're just going to whisk them in. All done. Next thing, I'm just going to add the rest of my egg whites, and this is the part where we're going to need to be a little bit more careful. Because the egg whites make the mousse so light and fluffy, we do not want to deflate these. So we're just going to fold them in very gently until the majority of the white is gone. So now what we're gonna do, you could eat it like this right now, but I like my mousse really firm and cold, so we're gonna put it in these cute little cups, like so. And I'm just gonna put these in there. We're just gonna let them firm up in the fridge for a couple hours. And look at that, you're done. You've got these 4 cute little chocolate mousse cups. We're gonna top them with some fresh whipped cream after we put them in the fridge for an hour. They're gonna firm up, they're gonna be nice and cold, they're gonna be delicious. And what was that, like 10 minutes to make? 5 for the egg whites, 5 for the chocolate and the whisking and the folding. Easy. And how many ingredients? We said 4, but that's with a pinch of salt. If you don't have a pinch of salt in your cupboard, I'm scared for you. So please, this recipe is so easy, it's so quick and simple. Everyone is gonna be impressed that you make it. It's luscious, it's light, it's awesome. Go make it now.